Hi, Pep. The fact that you won't play in the Premier League next weekend, does that make tomorrow more important? You know, you've got to try and keep in touch with.
It's important anyway.
Yeah.
We're gonna play because we go to the World Cup, but it's what it is. So it's not a problem. We're going to play 38 games for sure at the end of the Premier League. You know.
Have you had any thoughts about January yet, Pep? Whether you might be in the transfer market at all?
Don't think about that in 1 second. Chicky is in this role for this. So now we talk, but now we have a lot of games and many important ones, and I'm focused on that.
And also, you've only actually got 3 games on the diary for January. Do you think you might do some warm weather training or anything like that?
Maybe we go to Abu Dhabi to make a camping there all together, like happened in the past when we had time. But I don't know. Maybe we play one game. You know, the game we're going to play against when we are in Saudi Arabia. Maybe we'll play that game is at Brentford. Maybe so. But the Premier League didn't announce, or the broadcaster didn't announce. So I don't know right now.
Hi, Pep. At the end of last year, Christmas, New Year, Arsenal had a big lead over you in the table, and obviously pretty quickly in the new year you overtook them and went on to win it. I know you like your NBA, and in the NBA they always say you've got to lose a title before you can win a title. Do you think Arsenal's experience last year of losing to you in that way, does that make them even more dangerous? Does that make them big favourites?
I don't know. That was to Mikel, so I don't know.
Do you think they're favourites as we go into get to?
They are one of them, yeah. Hopefully we can be there too. Yep. So they are, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just on Erling, depending on what the doctors say today, is there a possibility that he doesn't travel with you to Saudi?
No, I think everyone is going to travel. Even Kevin is going to travel with us, so everyone is going to travel. I think so. It's a final, a competition we never won, so. And I think everybody will be there, and I think everyone is going to travel.
And you've won it before, but you speak to the players, and they're all kind of desperate to win this competition that they've not won before, and they don't know if they'll have a chance to play in.
I want the players don't be desperate to win it. It's just to come to play 2 games, win the first one to deserve the credit or deserve to play the final. And if we don't win it, we're going to win, hopefully, next Champions League in the future, we'll be back. So it's just a simple 2 football games, especially the first one, allow you to play the final, otherwise you're going to play the 3rd or 4th position and do what you have to do. It's the best way. We learned about the Champions League in the past, so life. You cannot play something like, oh, never again it's going to happen. Why not? It can happen in the future. Just play the games as best you can, and that's all. But, of course, the motivation or the feeling that we never won that, that, it's important. And always we talk, win helps to win, and win at Crystal Palace will help us, by far, to approach the game better.
Is that almost kind of the motivation for Palace in part, because it's tempting to kind of start thinking about the Club World Cup now?
No, I don't think so, because this is my job. I will warning them, or I will let them know how tricky. Always have been. So I had the feeling that with Roy, with Patrick Vieira, Crystal Palace home always have been. So it was a slow rhythm. Everyone has to be involved to play quick, but in the same time be patient, be careful transition, especially the set pieces. They play direct. They are really good in the second balls. The physicality is amazing. So always we struggle. In Selhurst Park it's normal, But even in Selhurst Park we perform better than Etihad. Should not be like that. I don't know why, but it happened in the past. So we lost a lot of points against them here. It's because what they do really well. The structured defense, the 4-4-2, 4-1-1, how they close inside, how they make the backwards, how every movement they do, they are made adjust that movement, and they did it really, really well. So that's why always we struggle.
Hello, Pep.
Hi.
Oscar Bobb, he was, before the season, maybe a very exciting prospect, though still a part of the first team. But what do you feel that he lacks or maybe missing to be really challenging for that maybe starting position in the really most important games?
Question of time. People today have to want to do everything in 2 days. So question can be patient. So we know exactly what you have to do from Oscar. He had to perform in the way he performed, and even better. And if he's patient, he will have his time. And as much play the way he played, much chances we have. So, but today, even Phil, that's a reality. Even Rico, in reality, didn't play when he arrived every single game and all the time. So, question of time.
The numbers show that it's very, very tough going through the academy ranks and playing first-team football for the first team. Can you try to describe what is the toughest part of making that achievement? Going all the way to the top for a young player.
Training every day good, play the minutes you have good, and as I said, be patient. So be patient. So in the top clubs, you cannot 18, 90 years old and immediately you play all the games. Never happened in any club in the world. So calm. So getting every minute experience, and he said, okay, there are actions and movements against the Red Star, didn't they do well? He lost a lot of balls. Was he dropping in not the perfect way he should have been dropped? And yeah, it's a question of improve on that, but important is his intensity, his one against one, his finishing is really, really good. And the most important thing for Oscar is his mates see him like we can rely on him. He's a player, he can play with us without a problem. And that is the big achievement a young player can have when you arrive in a teams and clubs with that, oh, this guy can play with us without a problem. He has that. So that is the best. So after, be patient, a question of time.
Have you seen that the players have relied on him all season, or is this something that's happened now?
It's the same question. So you asked me 3 times the same question. So it's here, it's playing with us. Last season playing in the academy. Didn't train with us. So in the first now, train with us and do it. And there are some players we give this opportunity and didn't accept it. It's okay. So now you start in the academy, you're going to start to play in the first team. And I said, no, not because I'm going to play. Okay, go. So another ones arrive, I stay 1 year, and after second year, I say, I don't want to play more. Okay, go. I say, no, I'm still here, one more year. I want to learn. And after that, it depends what happens. Give opportunity, but it depends on them as well, because it's a big competition, because the team, the club always buy good players in the positions, not for Oscar Bobb, for every player. So, and they have to prove it. That is, they have to compete in themselves, to prove if they deserve to play more minutes.
Hi, Pep. It's nearly January. Do you know if there's any plans to bring in more players in the window?
Right now, I don't have anything in my mind.
If it
depends if they leave or not leave. I don't know. Some players stay, some players leave. It depends on the amount of squad. It depends on the young players who can rely on them or not for some moments. We'll see.
So yeah, I know you always say with Calvin in particular, you don't know what's going to happen. If he were to leave, would that be somebody you would want to replace? Would you need an extra person?
Calvin is a player with us. I don't want to anticipate absolutely anything. So everybody knows the situation he has, and it depends on what happens. We will talk. We will talk about how the market in general is not easy, and that's why maybe if we decide, I don't know. So still have incredible things to play for, and after we decide.
You recently were talking about the standards at City, and if City lose, then it's a big crisis, and other teams it isn't, and people almost thinking it's easy to win what you've won. And at Luton last week, I don't know if you heard, but they were singing "You Bought It All," and that is a common reaction. Whenever we tweet about City in our jobs, everybody replies saying, "Oh, it's easy." You're there every day. How would you describe how difficult it is? I know you've said in other sports you see teams drop after winning, and that's normal. But what's it like at City? Why is it so hard? What have you seen from the players every day to know that what you've done over the last few years has been the exception?
No, we believe it's exceptional. I think the teams don't believe it's easy. The teams don't believe it's easy. Otherwise, they would have done it. And they have not done it. We have done it. Of course, it's really, really complicated. But at the same time, I had the feeling that going to Luton Town is extremely complicated. And Liverpool was tough, against Arsenal was tough, to put 2 examples, and everyone. So the margin, the teams win there is like we won 0-1-2, 0-1 draws. So and I want again back me first, and the players the feeling that, wow, we in there sweating, and I like that. The feeling that is difficult will be tomorrow, because always our success came from that. Don't give it for granted. Don't give it for what the people say or the other one's opinion that it's easy to win because we won in the past. And to realize that, you have to lose games. You have to be, wow, we are in problem. 4 games without winning in the Premier League. So what's happened? And that is necessary. It's really, really necessary. And we have to continue. Now we won 2 games in a row, and now we need another one, and try to have that feeling that I'll win maybe another one, and still thinking is really difficult. Because it is. Because it would be easy, I said. And other teams who they would do it, and they didn't do it. We do it. We do it because we felt in every game, and we approach in every game, Luton can beat us. And we felt before the game that Luton can beat us, for sure. And the reaction that made me proud and made me like the still fight. And even when we were not winning, it was not because we are not fighting, or we're not running, or we're not doing what we have to do. No, I don't have that feeling. I don't have. But sometimes you have to, this extra, you have to feel it. No winning games. No words helps, no warnings helps. It just had to feel, oh my God, we are not winning games. What happened? And after you make an extra.
Sorry, is that like what Ian was saying before? In the NBA, he says you need to lose a title to win a title. It feels like Liverpool, they maybe had a season dropped off, and then they come back strong the next year. Is your equivalent maybe not winning for 4 games? You don't lose a title. You maybe feel for 4 games, you lose it, you don't like it, and you come back in that same season.
Yeah, but one is in a short period of time. So in the last 12 games, we lost 1. So you see in this perspective, I said, it's not bad, huh? 12 games just won in all competitions. It's quite decent. But yeah, we're used to a lot of games, we didn't win all 4, and that's why. But in a short period, we can similar, but it's different when you, bad season. In season you don't win and come back to the other one, of course, it helps. Yeah. In the same time, you said, sometimes it's better don't win one season, but other one you'll be better. Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you win, you know exactly what you have to do. You have the smell, you have the feeling, we know exactly what you have to do, how you have to behave. And also helps, Win titles, it can be the tendency to say, okay, and I believe something like you are not, now you go down. And the other point, I had the feeling that winning helps. Okay, I know what I have to do, how difficult it was, because they know how difficult it was to win all the titles, and they know exactly what the standards we demand for ourselves to still be there, because the teams here in this country is getting better and getting better.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you.